Reawaken to your immortal identity and discover life between life's wisdom. Presented by the Michael Newton Institute.
Ricardo is an engineer by profession. During his spiritual awakening process, he became certified in hypnotherapy and past life regression by the Past Life Regression Academy in London, in England. Then, in the same school, he was certified in spiritual regression, and then he went on to train and certify with the Michael Newton Institute as a life between lives regression therapist. Later, Ricardo obtained his certification as a certified instructor in hypnotherapy and regression, and he is now giving his training in Spanish for the Spanish-speaking people in the world. He is also in the process to become an instructor of Life Between Lives hypnotherapy in Spanish in Michael Newton Institute. Ricardo is sure that he is fulfilling his soul's purpose, helping others with these therapies to improve their life situations, to awaken spiritually, and to find their life purposes.
Hi folks, welcome back to our next episode of My Story. I love hosting this. It enables me, on behalf of this beautiful Michael Newton Institute family, to meet other members of the family who are in various parts of this gorgeous world that we are a part of. So as you know, I'm in sunny Dubai, right in the midst of the summer, and our guest today is a very dear friend in another part of the world, Ricardo. Ricardo, a very warm welcome to My Story.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you very much for this opportunity, Andrani.
Genuinely and totally my pleasure, Ricardo. Ricardo, I'd love to know, with all the change that we are going through at an internal level and as well as seeing it in our environment, in our universe, for you, the shift that's happening in the Institute and the shift you possibly could be feeling yourself, how would you tie the two? How does it connect for you?
After doing this, doing sessions, doing therapy, after my certification, and all the time when I let's say I feel secure about what I'm doing with this new activity, I start thinking about I need to teach this because we need more therapists, and at least in Latin America we are just a few, very, very few, and something inside me said you need to do more job having more therapists there. So I start finding the way to be instructor for can have. I knew that the Newton Institute doesn't give any trainings in Spanish. I have to do my training in English. I have to go to USA. So I started finding the ways to be teacher. And at that time, exactly, I don't know, maybe two and a half years ago or something like that, I have a session as a consultant. And my guides, particularly one of my guides, was totally clear. You are doing what you're doing good, but that's not enough. We need more of you, or we need more people to do what you do, because it's very important for the spiritual consciousness awakening. So I say, after the session, I say, this is exactly what I was receiving from my intuition, but now I have exactly they give me time. You have 18 months to start teaching regression. And again, as 7 years before, how I'm going to do this in Mexico, that there is no way to be trained as a regressionist and later to. And I have the totally fortune to again hear my intuition. I start looking who can teach me, and from many or several options, I see Paul. One, two,
Paul
three.
Oran. He was there in
Paul
my
Oran.
Paul
I
Oran,
forgot.
yes, he was my teacher too.
Yeah. But when I see people around school and some videos say, this is the guy that's going to help me. And I never doubt. I contact him, explain my objective, and say, I need to be trainer. And can you help me? And yes, in that same moment, he said, yes, of course. And it took me 1.5 years to be instructor of regression. I am the first, and I say it very modestly, but I am the first instructor on hypnotherapist from all around in Spanish in the world. So I am very happy about that. And then I started with him, being assistant for be the possibility or to have the possibility in the future to give LBL trainings in Spanish for Latin America. Unfortunately, all this, the pandemic has put a kind of break to all the LBL training, etc. So I am in the middle of the process because I already have assist Paul in 2 trainings. So I need another training more, and then maybe I can start doing this. But with all the changes in the institute, that part is, as you know, a kind of halt. So I am just waiting. But finally, answer your question. It ties exactly with the interest of the institute, because the institute needs more therapists in another language. So it was exactly what I was working for it. And Paul, at the end of last year, called me once and said that we want a person in the institute that help us to coordinate the Spanish people. He invited me to assist the MNI, and I already was working with the MNI as a revisor of the certification, also as a tutor, and working to be an instructor. So I was tied with the institute in these 3, but with the invitation of Paul, which I totally accepted, and I am more involved now in all these changes. And I think I am totally sure I have to be here. That invitation of Paul is exactly, I need to be here. I need to do what my guide says, that we need to grow the number of therapists. So we need to grow MNI. We need to be more people that can help really the planet. So it's totally, as you see, my mission with the mission of the institute is natural how they join. And that's again that when I start trusting in my intuition, everything was happening very easily.
Because
Very easy.
when we listen to our intuition, and more so, both of us being LBL facilitators, and I think we all know this, one of the biggest gift any spiritual consciousness or any spiritual awakening does for us is it connects us more and more to our intuition, to that voice that speaks to us when we're absolutely silent and we're willing to listen. Because from there, that's where the beyond consciousness, the beyond factor blossoms. And that brings me to my next question, which I'm very curious to know. We keep hearing about spiritual consciousness, and as you said, that you come from a part of the world where there are religious beliefs or there are religious value systems in place, which could be at times running parallel to the understanding of spiritualism, because we do hear a lot of people say I'm religious, and then some people say I'm spiritual. But when we ask what is spiritual consciousness for a person, Ricardo, for you, if I were to ask you, with this journey that you're on, the way you've connected to your guides, the way you are uh, pretty much in synchronicity with your calling, with your life
Mhm.
mission, and you're taking your life purpose to the next level of vibration, because now it's the country, it's a region that you are supporting and growing and enabling. What for Ricardo is spiritual consciousness? What do you personally feel this term? How does it resonate with you?
Okay. Spiritual consciousness for me is it's like the possibility to feel and be in the way that I normally are in the spiritual realm. After this, after one of these journeys of being in a physical body and living in a physical way, learning when our soul goes there, and we saw that and with our consultants that comes to for a therapy, they really connect with what they really are. So have a experience of spiritual consciousness. It's a remembering of that. It's a new feeling of being there, feeling the same things that you feel there, feeling of feeling the unity of everything, feeling the unconditional love of everything, all that emotions and things that you normally in a busy physical life you don't even remember. When you start awakening in for this way to live or to way to be, when you have that connection, everything start coming in different way than being in the physical body. Everything start to go in a direction that goes more connect or more in resonance with your soul, with your proposal of that soul, with the work that you have to do to help others to start feeling what you already feel. Because maybe for me, if I didn't have this sensation of being connected with my purpose and with my guys, it was more difficult to transmit that to my consultants. When you are feeling that, it's much more easy to say, I am as a facilitator, my most important mission, or for me in particular, is help others to connect, to have that sensation, to have that connection that war exists. It's true, and they can have it here in the same at the same time as their physical lives.
Yes.
So that connection start changing everything, start changing the value scales, start changing the activities, and everybody start helping others, and it's as a change of virtual or virtue, no, as a change of what's the word, actions that everybody have, and our, I think,
Yeah.
particularly in the MNI, that's what we like, to have more people being in this bubble that needs to be growing. More people need to be there working for that, for that, in any purpose that everyone have. Almost all are connected. We need to help others. We need to start doing more things that normally in the physical body, because when we believe this is the only thing we have in this, our views, our visions about the future is very limited. And with this, wow, there is no limited about what we have. There is no boundaries between us. I don't know exactly how to explain this, what I feel. I don't know if I
I
did
think
it well.
if I've understood you, what you're talking about is this tremendous expansion. And that expansion has an inclusive spirit, because if I've already accepted that we are all one, and there is this universe, and the fact that the soul has been through so many journeys, and it's so special that in this particular journey on planet Earth as a human, I then feel that, oh, that I have so much to do. And then when we've connected with our guides and we've got those informations, that knowledge, the kind of if I look at it, my to-do chart, I have all of this that I need to do. It just gives you a very different purpose. I think for all of us, it's that purpose which motivates us, it inspires us. We are able to draw those kind of energies into our space. We meet other souls, each other, who come together because there is that belief, there is that deep-rooted, heartfelt belief that we are one and we are here at this very time, in this moment of time and space, to be able to contribute for this planet's vibration to shift. But when we believe
totally.
that consciousness shift that we talk about, it just starts to flow.
Totally agree. Yeah. Let me tell you an indiscretion. When I retired from my other job, my wife is, I don't know why, she thought that I was to slow down my life. And now I am more busy than before, I think. I just say plans, things to do, therapies, trainings. So she said, what happened? You're going to slow down a little bit. Say, I never said that. I only said that now I am more motivated than before.
I think the answer we need to give everyone is you change your frequency, you change your rhythm. There's definitely no slowing down.
No.
Ricardo, I want to say a huge thank you to you for all that you're doing for the Institute, for consciousness, for humanity in your world, in your society, in that region. I'm deeply grateful, and I hope and pray that you continue to do what you're doing with the kind of energy, the kind of emotions, and the kind of vibration. There's so much of heart in what you do. And I hope and pray more and more people benefit in that part of the world and everywhere else. And on behalf of MNI family, I want to say a huge thank you, because Latin America benefits, the Spanish speaking world benefits, and I'm deeply grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And also, I always be grateful with the Institute also. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.